Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. In this episode of The Case for, we will take a look at Majin Vegeta. Why Majin Vegeta was justified in doing his actions. Not only was Majin Vegeta justified in deciding to embrace the evil and embrace the evil in his heart, it was justified, but it was also a necessary action for him, for his family, for the Z fighters, and I would say for the whole universe. And you might ask yourself, why are you talking about this? This is so obvious that it is. This is where you're wrong, guys. SparkingZero came, the new game. It is an amazing game. It revived the power and the love of DragonBallZ, Dragon Ball Super for everyone in this world. And I've been stifling through opinions, and I see the majority of the opinions are very superficial and very disrespectful, shall I say, of Vegeta was having a midlife crisis. He just was selfish, arrogant, did not care about anyone else but himself. He was in his, like a 40-year-old mom having a midlife crisis, wanting to do stuff for his own selfish desire. And this is a very, very, very superficial take that first, it really is not deep enough for anyone to really see Vegeta in this way, especially if you've been following him since the early days of Dragon Ball Z, and when you follow him in the later days of Dragon Ball Super, and now in Daima as well. So we're here really to put all of this to bed. We have to make the case from Vegeta that his actions were necessary. They were a culmination of all the past events that happened to him, and they were justified. Vegeta was justified in accepting the power of Babidi, of becoming quote-unquote evil, of becoming Majin Vegeta. And everyone who's been saying it's a midlife crisis, I understand your opinion. It is a valid opinion. At first, you're going to say, how can anyone do this? How can I support Vegeta? How can I support him killing all these innocent people? Well, we're going to be going through all the major events that culminated to this, and we will make the case for why it was necessary and justified. So, a bit of background. Vegeta initially was evil. He killed billions and millions of people, and eventually he came to Earth, and he met Goku, who was a low-class warrior. He was the prince. His race was eradicated by Frieza, and he was just a muppet and a puppet for Frieza. And eventually he came to Earth, and he met a low-class warrior called Goku. And Goku stood up to him and fought him. Vegeta it was necessary for him to actually transform into the great ape and lose his self. He had to lose his self in order to have a chance to beat Goku. And even that was not good enough, and he had to run away like a bitch. So, the Prince of Saiyans, who has been massacring every single one on all the planets has been meeting, going and destroying. And eventually the low-class warrior beats him down, and makes him run away. So already that, you can see something inside of him broke. But that's not enough on its own to actually cause anything. Yes, Vegeta was pissed off, and yes, his pride was hurt, and eventually he had to go and train to go to Namek and all. We know the story about this, but I wouldn't calculate this as a major event that leads to him becoming Majin. It's just, I would say, the beginning. The seed is planted for Vegeta because he was already quote-unquote evil, arrogant, prideful, and a bit broken inside. And then what happened? Goku showed him mercy and saved his life even, and beat him up as the lower-class warrior who showed empathy, compassion, was gentle, and he only wanted to fight for others but not for himself. So the seed was planted there, but that's only a grain of sand in the heap. So what happened next? Vegeta is saved by Gohan, is saved by Krillin, he's saved by Goku against the Ginyu Force. Humiliated, we know this. His pride takes a hit, and then what happens? We see Goku transform into the legendary transformation of Super Saiyan. He sees all of this happening. And then he sees Trunks becoming a Super Saiyan. His pride is hurt. How come this low class warrior that beat me up so badly becomes a Super Saiyan? And he realizes that he needs to find a way to become Super Saiyan. He needs to regain his throne. And then what happens? The most major historical event in all of Dragon Ball Z, and of all anime, and all of manga, and all of TV show history, Vegeta, the Prince of All Saiyan, hits his Super Saiyan transformation. The legendary Super Saiyan transformation is his, and the Prince has regained his throne. Finally, he's back to being the strongest warrior in the universe. He's stronger than Goku. And the path is there for him to finally avenge Goku and go back to his roots and beat Goku. But what happened? He did it his own way. He did not do it through a selfless way like Goku did. He did not have to suffer by seeing his friends dying. Vegeta had no friends. Vegeta didn't really care about anyone else but himself. And he needed to transform. He needed to find his path to victory. There's more than one way to reach the goal. And Vegeta had found his way in. He went to another planet. He struggled. Intense training. No one else was able to transform this way except for him. This is what it was. It's one of the best transformation ever. And he became Super Saiyan. He then went and pieced up the androids. Yes, it's the weakest android. Yes, it's Android 19 and Dr. Gero. But he pieced them up. For those 25 minutes, Vegeta was the strongest in the universe. Because they didn't know if Android 17 and 18 was there yet. They couldn't sense the androids. But for that moment, the Prince regained his throne. He was the strongest ever. And he said, no one will finish Kakarot except for me. So this is a roadblock. I will the one who defeats Kakarot. But what happens? He gets humiliated yet again. Android 17, Android 18 beats him up to a flash. And he realizes that although the legendary Super Saiyan transformation is amazing and he reached it, it is not enough. He needs to reach another goal. So again, he is derailed from his path to take his revenge on Goku, knowing that he's stronger than Goku. Again, there's something ahead of him that really just trumps him. The androids are way too strong for him. There's nothing he can do. And there's another Super Saiyan in Trunks who gets destroyed as well. And there's again something in his way of his emotions and his feelings. He wants to defeat Kakarot. He needs to defeat Kakarot. But there's something in his way and he needs to become stronger. So already we see there is like a seed that is growing again. The seed was planted in the arc before. The Prince regains his throne and he defeats it. He actually becomes the Prince of Saiyans again. But then he gets humiliated. So the seed grows. The seed grows. And then what happens next? He becomes yet again the strongest fighter in the universe. Yet again, Super Vegeta is born. He comes out of the hyperbolic time chamber. Him and Trunks are the strongest warriors in the universe. Super Vegeta has mastered and has ascended the Super Saiyan transformation. He became Super Vegeta. And what happens next? Yet again, he destroys something that is supposed to be the biggest threat in the universe, Cell. Cell is no match for Vegeta. He just destroys him, pieces him up. And guess what? Not only is the strongest fighter in the universe, but his son, arguably just as strong as him, is also the strongest fighter in the universe at that point. So he becomes cocky, arrogant, the typical badass Vegeta. Doesn't mess around, pieces up Cell, beats him up, makes him cry, makes him actually have a midlife crisis, a baby life crisis. He makes Cell his bitch, beats him up like no one has ever taken a beating before. Super Vegeta inflicted a lifelong story-like beating to Cell. Imagine Cell was absorbing everyone, absorb Android 17. Everyone's scared of him. Goku was scared of him. Krillin, Trunks, everyone, and Vegeta's there, the savior, the prince, beats him up to a T, destroys him, is stronger than Goku, and yet again, there's something in his way. He says, I need to beat you, Goku, but first I will deal with Cell. You can train as much as you want, but I've discovered a way to ascend the Super Saiyan transformation. So yet again, you see the parody. Vegeta is the strongest. He needs to defeat Goku, but there's something in between that is happening. And his feelings are ignored again. His emotions are ignored again. He needs to defeat Goku, but he needs to deal with the roadblock first. So like we said, he's the strongest. Goku's here. We need to defeat Cell. What happens? He starts beating up Cell. But Cell is made up of all the cells of the strongest fighters in the universe. He's made up of Vegeta cells, Piccolo cells. He's an android. He has Goku cells. He has Krillin cells. He has Frieza cells. And Cell, yet he's been outpowered, but he starts to outsmart Vegeta, and Vegeta doesn't realize it. And because Cell has Vegeta's DNA, he knows that in order for him to become perfect, he can't beat him. He can't beat him with raw power. He can't beat him with speed. Yes, he can beat him with intelligence. And he has to go get Vegeta at his ego, at his seed that he was planted for his whole life. He said, you have such amazing power, Vegeta. You are obviously the strongest fighter here. What's the point of all this power if there's no one to rival you? And Vegeta, knowing that it's true, I am the strongest in the universe, but what's the point? I'm not satisfied with this. I need something else. I need to test my power. And this is a very important point to remember, because this is going to happen again when he eventually becomes Majin, that he knows what is all this power for. So Cell goes to Vegeta's root, to his being, to Vegeta's core, and he says, look, man, you're obviously the strongest guy here. No one is a match for you. But if you let me absorb this android, I promise you we can resume the fighting and we can have fun. You can test your power, and I promise you will have a good time. And all this transformation, all this hard work will be paid off. And initially, Vegeta keeps beating out. This is an excuse. This is an excuse. No way, this is not true. We've all been scared of you, and look at you. You're just a big crybaby. And Trunks, in his ears, tells him no. But we know Vegeta has too much of an ego. When someone tells him no, he has to do it. It's the opposite. For him, no means yes. So Trunks starts beating Vegeta up. He starts piecing him up. Vegeta starts fighting back. Trunks pieces up Cell as well. So all of this gives Super Vegeta the reason for him to say, hey, I will let Cell absorb Android 18. It will give me a worthy opponent to prove my strength. I need to do it. And Cell tapped into this arrogance. He tapped into it. He outsmarted and humiliated Vegeta. What happened next? Cell eventually transforms into Perfect Cell, absorbs Android 18. Vegeta at first, hey, this is nothing. This is all we've been waiting for. You're smarter than you were before. This is nothing. Easy work. Starts to fight Cell, saying, okay, now it seems like you've gotten a bit faster or stronger. And then Cell just slaps him around, humiliates him in front of the whole world. All this training you've did for nothing. For nothing. You've been outsmarted. You've been outbeaten, outsped, outpowered. All of it. Useless. Pointless. You were supposed to be the savior of us. And then you were going to beat up Kakarot. But yet again, you regain your throne. And what happens? You are humiliated in front of Trunks, your own son, in front of the world while Goku is training. All this power for nothing. For what? For again, 20 minutes of fame, you are outsmarted. Your arrogance led you to your demise. Led to the demise of Trunks. Led to the demise eventually of Goku. Led to the demise of Gohan. Led to the demise of everyone in the world. Saw your arrogance saying, no, Vegeta, don't do it. And yet again, his pride, his ego took a hit. And he said, I will do it. I will do it. And he was brutally defeated. Brutally. And he realized that he is no match for him. Cell KO'd him, knocked him out. and he needed to be saved by his own son, Trunks, who thought he was going to be stronger than Cell. Krillin took him and gave him a senzu bean, and his life was saved yet again. In the Android Saga, his life was saved. In the Frieza Saga, his life was saved. And yet again, Vegeta regains his throne, and his life was saved. So right now, we're in the Cell Saga. All these accumulation of events that happened to Vegeta. The Prince of All Saiyan. The Prince of All Saiyans has regained his throne twice. He was beaten up at every single arc. Goku beat him up. The Ginyu Force beat him up. The androids beat him up. And now Cell beats him up. And all the way he has a glimpse of hope. I'm the strongest. Gets destroyed. He has a glimpse of hope. I'm the strongest. Gets destroyed. I'm the strongest again. I'm Super Vegeta. Not only have I ascended the Super Saiyan transformation, not only have, before I became a Super Saiyan, the legendary transformation, in my own way. Not the Goku way, not the selfless way, not the pure way, the Vegeta way, the harsh way, the strong way, the dark way, not the humble way. And yet again, he's beat up. He becomes Super Vegeta, his own way, no one's help. He didn't want to go with Trunks in this hyperbolic time travel, and yet Trunks says, I want to go with you. And he becomes Trunks. Sorry, and he doesn't become Trunks. He becomes Super Vegeta, and Trunks becomes Super Trunks. And he's destroyed. He's brutally defeated by Cell. Now, this is, I mean, we can imagine for a single human being that all your life you've been someone. And the moment you become that person again, and you truly believe in your heart that this person is the right path for you to become your best self. And then you become your best self again, and you get humiliated. You become your best self, you become humiliated yet again. Imagine the toll it takes to a person. Never mind to a prideful warrior and a strong warrior, which all his race has dwindled. And he is the backbone of the Saiyans now. And he is being destroyed and humiliated again, multiple times. And then, throughout the Cell Saga, everyone realizes that this was Vegeta's fault. This was all of Vegeta's fault. He was outsmarted, outwitted. His arrogance cost him. His selfishness cost everyone. We see Gohan being destroyed by Cell. The Cell Juniors barely holding on. Vegeta barely holding on against a Cell Junior. Never mind against Cell. Against a Cell Junior. He has to watch Gohan becoming a Super Saiyan 2. Becoming the strongest warrior in the universe. Not only did Goku become stronger than him by just mastering the Super Saiyan and being able to match perfect Cell, he has to see that Goku's son, Gohan, becomes the strongest warrior in the universe in front of his eyes. And he pieces up Cell. Gohan starts beating up Cell, and Vegeta is there. His pride, his ego, hurt yet again. And now, not only his actions caused this, but someone else is repairing his own actions. His own consequences that were caused by him are being repaired by his worstest enemy. Who from his worstest enemy? His son. His son is saving the universe. And he's stronger than Goku. He's stronger than Trunks. He's stronger than Vegeta. So there's now too much happening. Too much happening. Cell Juniors are beating up Vegeta. Cell Juniors are beating up the Z Fighters. Gohan stronger than Vegeta. Goku mastered the Super Saiyan transformation, stronger than Vegeta, who thought he had found a way, but he didn't. And then Gohan's arrogance as a Super Saiyan 2, which is one of the criteria of Super Saiyan 2 is become so strong that it gets to your head and your emotions change. And we see it throughout the timelines when Goku becomes Super Saiyan 2, when Vegeta becomes Super Saiyan 2, when Gohan becomes Super Saiyan 2. The arrogance just takes over people's hearts. And then what happens? Goku's ultimate sacrifice. Cell says, I am defeated. He becomes back to his second form, the form that even Vegeta was destroying. Trunks was destroying. Cell is humiliated. And his only course of action is to self-destruct. Knowing that he was able to come back and resurrect himself because of Piccolo's cells. What does Goku do? Selflessly, right in front of Vegeta, which was Vegeta's mistake, Goku says, nah, even though this is not my mistake, doesn't hesitate once, looks at everyone, takes Cell and teleports him away, sacrifices himself for everyone. everyone like a real warrior does. There's no fear in his heart. He's the most courageous being in this saga. He says, I will take Cell away from you guys. Tell Chi-Chi I love her. This is for you also, Vegeta. This is for everyone. And Vegeta sees this. Goku, who defeated him. Goku, who humiliated him. Goku, who saved his life. Yet again, Goku sacrifices himself for everyone in front of Vegeta. What does that mean for Vegeta? What does it do for Vegeta? Well, who is Vegeta now? He can't call himself a warrior anymore. His whole self is destroyed. His self is destroyed. He's not Vegeta anymore. He's not a warrior. He was scared of Cell. He was beaten up by Cell. He could have been the one who sacrificed himself for Cell. No, he didn't do it. Goku had to do it right in front of him. Yet again, Goku is a step ahead of Vegeta. He's a step ahead of his power. He's a step ahead of the Saiyan transformation. He's a step ahead of courage. He's a step ahead in being a courageous warrior. And this just contrast with him and his own pride-driven action. Not only did he fail, he just was saved by Goku, his worst enemy, his nemesis. This is getting a lot, guys. Even me, just speaking about it, I can see how if I was let's call him a selfish, prideful fighter, which all his life, his pride was the thing that made him strong. And it was successful, guys. It wasn't like his pride failed him. He became a Super Saiyan. He became Super Vegeta. So it was right for him to see, man, that's my person. That's my being. That's what makes me stronger. And we see it in Dragon Ball Super. We see it in Dragon Ball Z that he eventually becomes stronger because of his pride. And then his pride cost him. His pride cost him. What did his pride cost him? It cost him Trunks' life. Vegeta now, at this point, Cell comes back as super perfect Cell. Much stronger than as a perfect Cell. And why did all of this happen? Because of Vegeta's arrogance. Because of Vegeta's pride. Because of Vegeta's being. It's not like he made a mistake. Vegeta didn't make a mistake. That's just how Vegeta is. People just saw who Vegeta was. A prideful warrior, a strong warrior, an arrogant warrior. And he just acted how anyone would have acted in Vegeta's shoes. And then what happened? Goku saves him. Goku tells, this is not the way. This is the way to be a warrior. And then Cell comes back, doubling down on his mistake. And when not only does Cell comes back, he comes back stronger. And what does he do? Trunks dies. Trunks dies because of who? Because of Vegeta himself. Because of Vegeta's actions. Vegeta pushed Trunks away. Pushed his own son away. He said, leave me alone. I will do this my way. I don't care about you. Go away. I don't want to train with you. I'm not going to listen to you. I don't care about if your family died in the past. I don't care about any of this. And Vegeta is forced to watch Cell kill Trunks right in front of him. And this moment this is what just destroyed Vegeta. You can see it in his eyes. You can see it in his rage. You can see it in his death. Vegeta was never desperate up until here. When was Vegeta ever desperate? Vegeta was never desperate. His emotions took control of him. For a prideful man, never happened. And it happened to him. His emotions took over. And usually when their emotions took over for a Saiyan, what happens? Goku becomes Super Saiyan. They ascend their current transformation. Now for Vegeta. He had to watch Trunks die. And he realizes how his arrogance had backfired. And then he says, that's enough. That's enough. It's enough for Gohan to be the strongest warrior. It's enough for Goku to humiliate his being, his persona, to selflessly save everyone, and for him to sacrifice himself. But now his own son that he has neglected, didn't listen to, dies right in front of him because of him. So Vegeta, overwhelmed with rage, launches a full power attack at Cell. The typical Vegeta attack. But how is it? It was ineffective yet again. And Vegeta gets one-shotted by Cell. He gets one-shotted by Cell, exposing his vulnerability. Yet again, Vegeta is the cause, the root of everything that is bad that is happening here. Yet again, the prideful warrior is just a stick in the wheel. He's just a cog in the wheel. He's just making everyone miserable. Everyone is suffering because of Vegeta's actions, because of Vegeta's pride. And he's just a vulnerability right now. It would have been better for Vegeta not to be there, not to do this. And then it was already too much for Vegeta. And then he has to be one-shotted by Cell. And what happens? Cell is about to kill him. And who comes and saves his life? It was not Goku, because he's dead now. His nemesis son saves him. The guy he wants to kill, destroy. The Goku humiliated him. Gohan yet again saves Vegeta's life. It's a sacrifice again from the family tree of his nemesis. Cell injures him, leaving him with one arm. Gohan is left with one arm. Not only now Cell came back stronger because of him, Gohan is left with one arm. Gohan stepped in to save Vegeta, sacrificing himself to save Vegeta, to protect him from Cell's attack. For Vegeta, this is just deeply humiliating. I mean, there's no way to go. I don't even have the words to describe it. Just put yourself into his shoes. Look at the mistake. You make one mistake in front of everyone. You're just sad, humiliated. You want to just bury your head in the sand. And all this happens again because of Vegeta. Put yourself in his shoes. Not only he failed, but he was also saved by Gohan, a child. Again. What's the right course of action now for Vegeta? Put yourself into his shoes. What happens next? We all know. Gohan defeats Cell. But he defeats Cell, but with the help of Vegeta. Because Vegeta put his pride away and said, I need to repair my actions. And Gohan, the nemesis, Vegeta, whose nemesis is Goku, his son Gohan, defeats and saves everyone from the world. And not Vegeta. While Vegeta was just bad. He was just not a good person. He made so many mistakes, cost everyone's lives, his own son's lives. But he redeems himself. He's able, by a miracle, Gohan is able to beat Super Perfect Cell. And what's the conclusion? This is where all of the build-up leads to his internal decisions of eventually becoming Majin. He says, I will never fight again. His nemesis is dead. How did he die? By the ultimate sacrifice. Goku was left to witness Goku's selflessness, contrasting sharply with his own pride-driven actions. His son saves him. His son is now the strongest warrior in the universe. He's no match for Gohan. No one is a match for Gohan here. What does he have to train for? There's no more evil on the planet. His nemesis is dead. He's dead. He's not dead because Vegeta killed him. He's dead because he saved Vegeta. So this is where Vegeta has made up his mind. There's nothing left for him in this world. Nothing left. It's not like he was evil. No, he actually tried to save the world, but his arrogance got in the way. Fast forward. Now, Goku's dead. Gohan is the strongest in the world. Vegeta trains, but trains for what? There's nothing to train for. The reason why he trained was for Goku. Even in the past timeline where Goku dies because of the virus, Vegeta stops training. Vegeta stops training because his nemesis is dead. The one guy who defeated him, because he was never defeated before, is dead. There's nothing for him left on this earth. He didn't come here to have a family and children. No. He came here to destroy. And now he had to pay his dues. And then And then a miracle happens. A miracle happens. Goku comes back on Earth. All of these years, Vegeta had to live without Goku through the pain of his actions. I caused this, and Goku is not here because of me. He sacrificed himself for me. Me who wants to kill him. What does that make of me? And throughout the years, and the Android Saga and the Frieza Saga, Vegeta has been pushed up to the side. His feelings, his emotions. I want to defeat Kakarot, but I can't. Later. Not today. Not today, Vegeta. Not now. Not now. There's too many things on our plate. There's too many things we need to do. Goku comes back. Vegeta already made up his mind. He needs to beat Goku. Tournament of Power happens. Not Tournament of Power. World Martial Arts Tournament happens. He sees the power of Babidi. And he had already made up his mind 7 years ago after Gohan beat Cell, and Vegeta was no warrior and he will never fight again. Goku comes back on Earth, and guess what? He comes back stronger than ever. For what? Vegeta, during that time, he saw himself as a warrior who had been dulled by domestic life and peace on Earth, contrasting with Goku, who continued to grow stronger even in death. Vegeta isolated from the Z fighter. He felt inadequate, and Goku comes back stronger. Yet again, a reminder of Vegeta, of his actions were bad, cost the life of everyone, and Goku comes back stronger. He sees that his selfless actions, again he's reminded of it. And then, in Babidi's ship, there's a glimpse of Goku Super Saiyan 2's power. There's a glimpse of it. There's a glimpse when he beats, what's his name? Is it Yakon? Yes, Yakon on Babidi's ship. Goku briefly revealed the Super Saiyan 2 form, which Vegeta had not mastered, which he had not even reached. So yet again, his nemesis trumps him. And this confirmed to Vegeta that he had to do something about it. Enough was enough. Enough was enough. There is a need. The need for him to be stronger. The need for him to beat Goku. His emotions pushed aside for years. His mistakes humiliated him. He's at his lowest self. He can never be as strong as he needs to be now. How? How can he be? His efforts, vain, useless. Goku's much stronger than him. He's eclipsed him. There's nothing he can do. He's just there. But he's supposed to be the Prince of Saiyans. What is that to make of him? He's now settled down, has a family, whatever. That's not what he wants. And then he makes up his mind. That's when Vegeta made up his mind, and he needed Babidi to wake up the evil in his heart. That was his only way to become stronger. None of it worked. He wasn't gonna do it Goku's way. Are you crazy? You think he was gonna do it the selfless way? That's not Vegeta. That's not his being. No, he wasn't gonna do it this way. He was gonna do it Vegeta's way, just like he did it for Super Saiyan 1. Just like he did it for Super Vegeta, he's gonna do it Vegeta's way. Again, he makes up his mind. Babidi's magic provided a shortcut to his power, and he had allowed him to unlock his latent potential and finally fight Goku on an equal footing, because he was not going to waste this opportunity. Goku had 24 hours left on this planet. He had 24 hours left. Vegeta was never going to waste this opportunity. Imagine you wait years of your life for finally there's one opportunity that comes, and it only lasts a day. Are you really going to let it go? No. You know what they say? Luck is when preparation meets opportunity. Opportunity is there. Preparation was not enough. He needs to find a way to that preparation. Babidi. And guys, who is Babidi's worst enemy? Supreme Kai. Supreme Kai took the latent potential that Gohan had as the strongest fighter in the universe and with the most amount of potential and woke it up from him. And the same thing he did, but in contrast, for Babidi, did for Vegeta. He woke up the evil in his heart. He woke up all the power that he had, that came from his evil, pride, selfishness. And it was an offer that Vegeta could not refuse. He had to reclaim his identity as a Saiyan warrior and overcoming his perceived stagnation. So now, Vegeta accepts the power of Babidi. So we saw that Vegeta's decision was not selfish. Evil. It was an accumulation of personal struggles, and it was a necessary step for his growth. So we saw that it was what caused this, and why it was justified, and why it was not selfish. Any person in the shoes would have done this. This just so happened as it happened to Vegeta because he had a vulnerability. He had his emotions that were pushed aside by Goku, by his own nemesis. He was at the hand of Goku. Everyone dismissed his emotions. Everyone dismissed him. He said, nah, man, useless. Just come and fight with us. Just come have a family. Come be good. That's not Vegeta, though. Vegeta wants to fight. He wants to be a warrior. He has to defeat Goku. Nah, shut up, man. Stay on the side. Shut up. We don't care about you. I said, okay. You don't care about me? Okay. I'll do it. I'll be selfless in my own way. I'll fight Cell. I'll fight the androids. I'll defeat them. I'll defeat the evil that plagues the earth. But then we have to do what I need to do. I'll do this for you guys, but we have to do what I need to do is to beat Goku. I save Goku's life. I give him the antidote. I beat the androids. I beat semi-perfect Cell. Yes, I made many mistakes that caused perfect Cell. But now, Cell is defeated. It's my turn now. I don't care about Buu. I don't care about Babidi. I don't care about Deborah. I don't care about Spopovich. I don't care about Supreme Kai. You're no more pushing around. No more ignoring me. No more. Now is the time, whether you like it or not. But I gave you your chance against the android. I gave you a chance against Cell. I gave you a chance during the Frieza saga. Nobody gave it to me. I will take it now. Forcefully, I will take it. You will be forced to listen to me. And how does he force people to listen to him? He accepts his power. He becomes as strong as Goku. So he thinks. He becomes as strong as Goku. He unlocks Super Saiyan 2. He unlocks his latent potential. Vegeta's back, baby. Vegeta's back. Vegeta's back. The prince, yet again, regains his throne for the third time. And there's no way he's gonna let that go. You guys are gonna listen to me now. You guys are gonna listen whether you like it or not. He goes to a world tournament and he kills a bunch of innocents. We cannot condone those actions. These innocents didn't deserve to die. They did not deserve to die. But they were a means to an end. And like Vegeta said, I would say that the means, what is it called? A means justifies an end. Something like this. That he's happy with the result, regardless of the path that he took. And this is to provoke Goku. Finally, you will not run away from this challenge. I will not let this opportunity go. We know that in 24 hours, you'll be back to the dead. And I will not be distracted from this anymore. I don't care about Buu. I don't care about anyone here. Fuck Supreme Kai. Fuck Babidi. Fuck Deborah. I don't care about any of this. And then Supreme Kai tells him, I'm a god, bro. I'm a god. This is meaningless. Don't you see? I saw what Majin Buu did. I saw how he destroyed the universe. I saw how he absorbed the Supreme Kai. I saw what he did. You think what your meaningless squabble is worth anything? Nah. Nah. Meaningless, huh? Meaningless. Was it meaningless when Cell was the biggest threat on Earth and Trunks did the same thing as Supreme Kai did? He told them he saw the evil of Cell and Vegeta accepted it and went to help him. Supreme Kai does the same thing. He says, enough of this. Enough. Meaningless. And finally, this triggered him. Finally, it triggered him. This enough is enough. Don't care about Supreme Kai. Don't care about Majin Buu. You disrespect my... I'm the last Saiyan on Earth. Frieza destroyed all of my race. Killed my dad. Destroyed everyone. I'm the Prince of Saiyans. I'm humiliated in the Frieza saga. Frieza beats me, the one who I was supposed to avenge for my Saiyan race. Goku gets the Super Saiyan transformation, not me. I regain my throne. I'm humiliated yet again. Goku, my nemesis, saves my own life. His son saves my life. What does that make of me, huh? Tell me, when you see all of this happen, that what has more meaning than your own strength? What? What? You're a prideful warrior. Your own race dwindled. Only a handful of warriors. What is there left on this earth for you but just to be the strongest warrior you can be and live on for your own race, on your own? You think the earth has become a good place for you. And what does earth do? Reward you with Cell defeating you. Reward you with Goku, the low-class warrior defeating you. Rewards you with what? Humiliation. Rewards you with what? Seeing 10-year-olds stronger than you? Seeing what? Goku sacrifice himself for you. Seeing what? Earth not giving a fuck about your emotion, about what you feel, about your emotions, about what you need to do. Enough is enough. I will tell you about meaningless. I will show you meaningless now. Nobody listens to me. I'll take matter into my own hands. Goku listens to him. Goku, yes, he's selfless. Yes, he accepted Earth as his new home. Yes, he accepted that he has Goten. Yes, he accepted he has Gohan. Yes, he cares the most about his friends. That's the thing he cares about the most. But guys, this is nature versus nurture. Perfect example of it. At his nature, Goku is a Saiyan. He understands him. He's the only one who understands Vegeta. This is why, in the end, they become like brothers. They're co-pilots. A1 and A2. Goku understands him. Vegeta's motivation during the fight, reclaiming his pride. Goku understands it. He has been pushed aside for way too long. You can see it in his eyes. What happens? Supreme Kai, Gohan, they're all surprised when Vegeta ends his speech and tells him, I'll tell you about meaningless. They're all surprised. Goku does what? Understands, listens to him. For the first time since they fought, Goku understands. And he knows that the path to redemption goes through him fighting Vegeta. He even says, it looks like I've been making you wait for so long. Well, no more. You will not need to wait. I understand where you come from. I understand what we need to do. Everything else, I'm going to put it aside. I made you wait against the android. I made you wait against Frieza. I made you wait against Cell. I'm here now. We'll settle this right here, right now. Because I'm going to go back to the dead and I need you to be here for the rest. He saw the greater picture and he understood Vegeta. He knew that Vegeta needed this in order for them to defeat Buu. He knew that he needed this. He knew it. He saw it. Supreme Kai didn't see it. Gohan didn't see it. But Vegeta saw it. And Goku saw it. They all understood each other. That's the nature part. They're both Saiyans at the end of the day. He needed to settle his rivalry with Goku. And Goku needed to help Vegeta prove that he hadn't lost his edge as a warrior. He needed to. So Supreme Kai intervenes and says, are you crazy? Don't you see? And what does Goku do? Completely, people will say out of character. He says, you need to get out, bro. Get out of my way. I will kill you. And Supreme Kai doesn't believe me. Goku kill an innocent person? In front of Gohan, in front of Bulma, in front of Piccolo, in front of Krillin? He's not even going to do this. Goku charges up the ki blast. He says, get out of my way or I will kill you. And Vegeta, surprised and proud, and Goku just shows that Vegeta's finally understood. Vegeta is finally giving his time. And what did it take? It took all of this. So it's not only Vegeta's fault. So you can blame everyone here. Blame Goku for not listening to him. You can blame the Z fighters. You can blame Supreme Kai. They all have a blame in this. Goku understands him, threatens Supreme Kai. They finally settle their differences. They finally fight. Vegeta finally is able to go to quote-unquote therapy to finally explain his thoughts to Goku. Not only explain his thoughts with his words, but explain his thoughts physically, that he needed to beat Goku. He needed to fight with Goku. He needed this. And Goku's understood Vegeta's struggle. And it's evident because he said, he threatened Supreme Kai. He threatened the god for the first time, despite Supreme Kai's warning. And during the fight, Goku tries to talk to him because he knows he's going to come. He knows his way to Vegeta. Goku's the only one who understood Vegeta. He said, but you never let yourself be controlled by anyone. Vegeta says, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Is it really being controlled when you get what you want? Are you really being a slave when you let someone control you, but you get what you want at the end and don't end up listening to your master? His pride was so strong that he even overtook Babidi's control. He used it for his own good. And during the fight, Goku talks to him and says, you have a son. You have Bulma. Why are you doing this? Is this something you really want to do? And then he begins to question himself. Can you imagine how I actually thought Earth was a nice place to live? Can you imagine? I needed Babidi to wake up the evil in my heart. Don't you understand? And throughout the fight, Vegeta tries to convince himself. And Goku makes him see during the fight that this is not the way, brother. This is not who you are. This is not who you are anymore. And during the fight, Vegeta began to realize that his family on Earth meant more to him than his pride. It meant more to him. And what did it take for this? It took Vegeta to accept, it's crazy. This is the beauty of everyone if you look deep enough. It took him to become at his most evil self for Vegeta to finally realize that, nah, this is not what I need to do. I actually care about Earth. I actually care about all these people more than my own pride. And yet again, Vegeta does it his own way. And with the help of Goku, the realization planted the seed for the eventual redemption. Vegeta knocks out Goku. Goku tells him, look, we're going to be able to fight Majin Buu together. Finally, I made him realize. Finally, I made him realize we did it. I did it. I listened to Vegeta. I made him fight me. We had our fight. We settled our differences. And he even knew, guys, that Vegeta needed this fight because he didn't turn to Super Saiyan 3. Can you imagine? He could have one-shotted Vegeta, but he said, nah, he needs this fight. I need to give him this. And then Vegeta, yes, there's the seed of redemption planted. What does Vegeta do? I will do it my way yet again. Vegeta's way. He's not perfect, guys. I'm not claiming he's perfect. Knocks out Goku, takes the Sensu Bean, and then goes and fights Majin Buu. And this is when the redemption arc starts. He starts piecing up Majin Buu. He starts beating Majin Buu, but he realizes that maybe he underestimated Majin Buu because throughout the time, Supreme Kai was surprised by Gohan's power. Supreme Kai was surprised by Vegeta's power. Supreme Kai was surprised by Goku's power. He said, for sure we're going to be able to win now. So he's like, yeah, Majin Buu is going to be easy. Easy work. And then he's not able to beat him. And then what happens? Vegeta finally takes the decision. Vegeta finally comes to the realization that the way to do it, the way to become the perfect warrior, that is for caring about others. I will keep my pride. I will keep it. But I'm doing this for you, Bulma. And even for you, Kakarot. Because you You are the one who listened to me. You sacrificed yourself for me. I made a mistake against Cell. It cost you your life. I made quote unquote a mistake again, which turned out to not be a mistake. I will do this now. Not you, but it will be me. I learned from your actions. I learned from you, Kakarot. I learned that now I'm second to you. But I needed this to realize it. And Goku knew. And he thought. And Goku knew that if Vegeta and Goku teamed up, they would have been able to kill Majin Buu right here, right there. But Vegeta did it his own way. And it just set the stage for the ultimate sacrifice and redemption. Vegeta, iconic sacrifice against Majin Buu, where he gave up his life to protect his family and the planet that he so deeply hated, quote unquote. And this act, guys, was finally a rejection of his past arrogance and selfishness. And it finally showed his growth, not only as a person, but as a warrior. Because remember, guys, he said, I am no warrior. And why did he say I'm no warrior? Because Goku was selfless against Cell. And then this journey as Majin Vegeta highlights his complexity, really, as a character. His decision to embrace Babidi's power. Yes, we can call it flawed. He had to kill a bunch of innocent people. But it was a necessary step in confronting his demons and achieving his redemption and becoming the good Vegeta. The prideful Vegeta who's going to use his pride for good. And Goku knew this. Goku understood this. Goku didn't say this is a midlife crisis. Goku didn't say this is selfish. Nah, even though he killed all those innocent people, Goku listened. Finally, someone listened to him, and it was his own nemesis. And Vegeta, while fighting, said, I did this. I fought Goku. And for what? This is for what? I'm not satisfied with this. He realized what his satisfaction was. It was to fight for others. Fight for something greater than himself and use his pride for something else. And what did it lead to? To Vegeta surpassing a god. We can see his actions of redemption again. And this time, yet we see that the fruit has come out from the seed that was planted inside of him. Vegeta self-sacrificed during the Tournament of Power to beat Top, arguably the strongest warrior of all the universes, because he became a god of destruction. Vegeta tells him, you have abandoned your principles. Something Vegeta didn't do. He kept his pride, but he decided to use his pride for something else. Top said, nah. Fuck my version of the pride that Vegeta had, which was justice. I'm going to let that go to accept the power. This is the mistake that Vegeta didn't do against Babidi. Said, I needed to become more of myself. What did Top do? He said, I need to reject myself to become the god of destruction. And Vegeta taught him a lesson, the good old-fashioned way, and eventually redeemed himself yet again by showing that we can use pride for the right reasons. So guys, Vegeta's act of becoming Majin wasn't selfish. It wasn't about becoming evil. It was about confronting his insecurities, was confronting himself. Something that no one allowed him to do throughout years and years. It was to overcome his flaws, improving that even someone as prideful and flawed as Vegeta could find redemption. And Goku understood this. The only one who understood this. More than a god. More than the Supreme Kai. More than Gohan, who was supposed to be this most intelligent being on Earth. So do you understand now why his actions were justified? You understand now why Earth needed this. Because he finally accepted to work with Goku. He became Vegito. He beat Buu. He stalled for Goku. He took the beating against Kid Buu. He took a beating in the Tournament of Power to finally find his own way, his own transformation. he became Super Saiyan Blue Evolution, his Super Vegeta of Super Saiyan Blue, his own way, but for others this time. And this time, it worked. He used this pride for something good, something that he would have never been able to do if he didn't overcome his flaws, the Majin Vegeta way. So this is the journey and the justification to why Vegeta needed to become Majin. I hope you guys enjoyed the case for Vegeta and for Majin Vegeta. I hope you guys enjoyed events that led up and my explanation that led up to Vegeta become Majin Vegeta. Yes, it was a very difficult topic to talk about. It's a very deep psychological topic that I could have went on almost an hour, and I could have went on for 2 more hours. I skipped some events, guys. I skipped some of the results that could have enhanced why Vegeta was justified and his transformation was needed. So if you guys want more, let me know. This was the case for Majin Vegeta. But if you guys want me to do a part 2 and more in-depth discussion, you can let me know. But I hope you enjoyed it. And I will see you guys next time. Peace.